Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to the Living in Tacoma channel. My name is Addy Net, and of course we've got the main man,
Phil Walsh with Skyline Properties. I'm a licensed real estate broker here in Tacoma. What's going on, guys? How are you?
Yeah, we're out here. We're just near the historic district.
This is the historic north of basically north. This is North Tacoma.
Yeah.
North of I-5 downtown, and the reason this is the high entry level.
Oh, yeah.
These are the super homes that have been here 20s, 30s, 40s. Very rarely do they go on the market, and the price point is $1 million plus.
Yep.
Just for example, and we're going to go up on a drone in a minute.
Yep.
We got a house we're standing outside, currently listed on the market at 1.3 million. 1.3 million. It's been on the market for 24 days. So obviously with that higher price point, it is going to last a little bit longer. But as you can see, maybe compared to a year ago when it was a huge seller's market, that might have been gone in sort of, maybe 7 days type deal.
Right.
So this is a super swanky area. Not far from Ruston Way,
yep.
If you've already watched some of the videos. Very sort of old school, family friendly. You got wide pavement, sidewalks going up and down in front. So very super swanky area, very, very nice.
Yeah, so what type of people, because we're not that far away from the entry level, first, second time home buyers, 5-10 minute drive at the most.
These are generational houses.
Okay.
These are the homes that have, they've been here, they keep them for life basically, you know what I mean? People who are retiring in, even if the kids have gone and, they're empty nesters, they're very rarely going to downsize because, like I said, they don't come on the market often. They're historic and they're beautiful homes. Yeah. So super duper nice. So unless you're working for the Microsoft and you're way up there and in the top tier tree, these are going to cost you an arm and a leg, trust me. But super swanky and super nice. And you'll see when we get the drone up in the air, the location, you can't beat it. Absolutely can't beat it. It's prime. Yeah, it's prime time location.
Prime time. So yeah, we're gonna get the drone up. We're gonna do some tours, just give everyone a little bit of a vibe of the different homes and what's going on.
So we're just going to do a little bit of a cruise around one of these neighborhoods here in Tacoma. And rather than sort of cul-de-sacs where we can do a drive round and sort of do a loop and come back on yourselves, Tacoma is like a grid reference kind of thing. So these houses we got coming in, you're probably looking at the 2000s, so fairly new for Tacoma. And these are sort of your mid-level entry range. You're probably looking at your 300, 350 type deal, and up moving forwards. We're probably about 10 or 15 minutes from downtown Tacoma. 10 minutes from I-5 and Tacoma Dome and the Car Museum that you've seen earlier on in the video. So all of these are kind of condos. You've got HOA dues obviously down in here. So as you can tell, kind of decent. We call these semi-detached. You'll be sharing, you know, either if you don't, unless you're in a condo, you'll be sharing a wall, you know, walls with your neighbor type deal. We'll just go straight over here, and you'll see the difference when we show you some of the entry levels. The houses, 1920s, 30s, 40s, they have their own gardens, they have a smaller footprint, but you'll be able to tell obviously when we go shoot them. So this is just one of the neighborhoods in Tacoma, and the median price point in Tacoma is around about the $440,000 mark. You compare that to $750,000 mark up in Seattle as well, so a lot more bang for your buck. Don't forget that 45 to an hour commute up to Seattle. But something like this in Seattle, that's going to knock you. I mean, you could put it at $600-700 easy. I mean, there's just no dramas. It's just like chalk and cheese.
But this is a good neighborhood for like first and second time home buyers. You
Perfect.
got kiddos. You're taking them out on the stroller, the little community park.
Yep, there's loads of
Take
there's
the
loads of
dog
that
out.
stuff.
It's nice that this area has different price point opportunities.
Yep, 100%.
Because often there's many towns where it's just like, I just can't even afford anything.
And some of these price points for first-time home buyers, they are in decent areas.
Yeah.
Now, like anywhere, we do have our problems in Tacoma. You know, the homelessness is, I wouldn't say relatively high, but it's increased by 40% in the past 3 years. And we have the usual gangster-related crimes. But obviously, we've got your back. We'll make sure that we stay clear of those areas. And those price points down there are, you know, the 200 to the 250s. So we'll knock off now, and then the next time you'll see us, we're going to be going into the entry level kind of stuff that we'll see. Alrighty, guys,
Let's do it.
boom.
All right, where are we at right now?
So what's going on, guys? How are you? I wanted to show you this area of Tacoma, just off South 38th Street. These are your sort of entry level homes. Built, like I said, 1920s, 1930s. Very minimal new construction in this area. They're kind of old school homes. Smaller footprints, like I said. But you can get in here around about probably the 300, 350s. Not forgetting that the average medium is around about 440 in Tacoma. So it's all the very minimal. Not very many have any garages, but normally if they do, they'll be on the back side, and there's an alley obviously running sort of on the back side of each house type deal. Footprints not so big. The houses are cute, you know, they're lovely. A lot come on the market, and in this price point, like I said, you know, 7 to 14 days, and then they'll be getting under contract. Let's just take a left down here.
We're not even that far from that million plus.
No, I mean, we're literally that was 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're on the south side now of Tacoma. Well, South 38th Street, kind of gave that away, right? So south of I-5 type deal. Moving further south as we go, you're up into Puyallup. If you watch that video we did on Puyallup.
Oh, this is nice.
So the homes are very decent. They're more or less the same. You can tell by obviously one factor I like to look at if you see any pictures or watch any videos like this drive around is if people are taking care of the front yards, they're taking care, you know, they're manicured, they're looked after. No cars on bricks, no three-wheel cars type deal. Oh, that one's missing a wheel. So you can tell that this type of neighborhood, although it's an entry level, people are taking care and taking pride of the properties,
right,
which is always a good sign. Now, one other thing, obviously, I haven't mentioned yet. So one of the pros of living in Tacoma. We're called the Evergreen State here in Washington. We're called the Evergreen State for a reason. So we've got 3 national parks. We've got the Cascade National Park, we've got Mount Rainier National Park, and we've got Olympic National Park. Hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours away. So all of this right on your doorstep. We're called the Evergreen State for that reason. And like I said, if your cup of tea is you like jumping in the car, you like getting out there for the weekend, like I said, these national parks are phenomenal. My mother came up, we took her out there, stayed over in a couple of the lodges for 2 or 3 days, and we did a 4-day hike. It was absolutely beautiful. Don't forget, we've got the waterfront, Puget Sound, you know, canoeing, rent a wee boat. If you're lucky enough to have a boat, then you're good to go. If you don't, give me a call. I'll take you out. So the wildlife there for that, the sea life is phenomenal, like I said. Don't forget, as we mentioned before, the sports up in Seattle. We're 45 minutes to an hour away. You're good to go. We've got numerous theaters downtown in Tacoma, and quite a few obviously up in Seattle. So if the arts and theaters are your cup of tea, you're good to go. Pantages Theaters are one of my favorites. Google that one. We went and saw Simon and Garfunkel and ABBA. Now, unfortunately, it wasn't the real McCoy, but listen, it was phenomenal. It was really good. And they have stuff going on sort of 24/7. So there's something for everybody. Do you know what I mean? So, yep, this is one of the pros of Tacoma. One of the cons of living in Tacoma, like I mentioned before, you do have your crime, but it's situated to certain and specific areas. And as we were driving around, Daddy's saying, like, you don't really see the homeless. They're kind of located around I-5, to be honest with you.
Right.
So that's what the scoop with that is. Back in a bit.
So one of the most common things people always ask us is the school districts and the quality of school. So in Tacoma, what are the options?
Class ratio is roughly 1 teacher per 18 kids. We're actually passing Stewart Middle School right now as we speak. There's about an 80%, 90% graduation rate here. Some of the schools in Tacoma are top notch. Niche.com, if you don't know about that, phenomenal website for statistics. Niche.com, jump on that and have a look. Crime statistics and school statistics. So there are plenty of schools. They're not always in the top, they're not always in the top 10. So be aware of that. But again, with the graduation rate, it's not too shabby. We've got a load of colleges here. In fact, within a 50-mile radius of Tacoma, we have 37 colleges and universities for your kids, so bear that in mind as well. So some very decent school areas, some very decent school districts, but like I said, bear in mind we need to figure out the location. We need to figure the other side of the coin as well is if you're military and you're going down to JBLM, you're going to be looking at maybe probably about a 25-minute commute.
Not too bad.
JBLM.
It's not too bad, though.
No, not too bad, not too shabby at all. If you're doing that Seattle thing, again, 45 minutes to an hour type deal. So, for example, I've got a buddy who lives in Auburn. Auburn is just across the way. It's probably about 14 miles. So you think, hey, 14 miles, we'll get there in 15 minutes. Hell no. His commute time is around about 35 minutes for 14 miles. So one of the cons, traffic sucks. Like everywhere, all of these major hubs and cities, traffic sucks. So just be aware of that. And one other slight thing, whether it be a pro and con, I'd be remiss to not mention, is that weed is legal here in Washington State. California, Oregon, all these type of places. So if that's not your cup of tea, if you've got the kids, if you've got a family, it is legal. So these weed shops are becoming more and more prevalent. They're popping up everywhere. And it's not a huge problem, but it's good to be aware of the fact that weed is legal up here. So either a pro and con, depending on your cup of tea. That's what the state is up here in Washington. Absolutely. Alrighty, guys.
Yeah. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, take one little step and hit that button and the bell so you get notified every time we put out a new video. And of course, if you're planning on visiting, planning on moving,
if you're relocating up here, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Listen, let's get on that Zoom call. Let's go on that FaceTime call. We're here to be a resource for you and your family. We're here to earn your business. Yeah. We've got your back. There's no BS with us. What you see is what you get. And we work our tushes off making relocating as less stressful as possible for you guys. So hit like, subscribe, hit that bell ding, give us a shot, give us a call. No question too silly, all questions being asked and answered. And like I said, Adi and I have got your back. Alrighty guys, chat soon.